Hello, friends. Happy Thursday. How are we doing here? Am I live? There we go. Now it says live. All right, welcome in. My name is Jana, and I am going to do a double Z fold card for you today using Stampin' Up! Products. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, so if you don't have one already and you see something you'd like to purchase, I will have the link in the description box below. Excuse me. After the video. Also, I'm going to try and link there the retiring list for the current catalog and the current mini catalog. Those came out, and there is a whole lot of things retiring. Products will go on sale. I believe it is April 9th through the end of April. So you can wait around for that sale, but I'm just going to give you some friendly advice. If there are re-inkers on the current in colors that are retiring, which is Sweet Sorbet. I'm really sad that these are retiring. Parakeet Party, Tahitian Tide, Starry Sky, and Orchid Oasis, all really, really gorgeous colors. If you don't have re-inkers for those yet and you want them, or you don't have these ink pads or the papers or markers, I would not wait to order these because those usually go out of stock a lot of times before the sale even starts. So it's just those things that I would be a little concerned about you missing out on if it was something that you wanted. Okay, so like I said, I will try to put the links to those retirement lists in the description box after we're through here today. I'm using this Stampin' Die set because if you watch my videos and see my little haul videos, you'll know that I just recently purchased this set. It was new, I believe, in the current annual catalog, and it's retiring. So I hadn't even used it yet. In fact, I think I have some other ones that I haven't used yet that they're retiring. In fact, the biggest part of my current products of stamps and dies, most of them are all retiring. Boo hiss, boo hiss. Okay, so yeah, I'm using these today. And this card fold has been around forever, the Z fold, the double Z fold, but it's always an oldie but a goodie. To make it a little bit easier, I did do most of my die cutting and stuff ahead of time, so that will just speed things up a little bit. So I have all these little parts and pieces in here, but I will explain the fold and the size. So you're going to cut just a standard card base, 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So this is 11 inches by 4 1/4. Let me make sure I'm telling you right. Yes. Okay, so you're going to fold it in half, and then you're going to score your front half of your card in half, so that's 2 3/4. You'll make a score line, and then you're going to fold that piece backwards on itself like that. So all really super simple. Now, You can do your Z-fold pattern in different measurements. Make it more of a rectangle. Mine is more of a square that I'm doing today. So my little piece, oh, and this is bubblegum pink. And then this is berry burst. And this piece here is 9 inches by 3 inches, and then it's scored at 3 and 6. And you'll fold one direction and the other one back. So you'll fold one forward and one back. And then just give your creases an extra little swish with your bone folder or whatever you use. Okay, so those are the two main pieces of the fold. Hi, Brian. How are you today? Oh, good. Yeah, I think it was a little bit frozen right there at first. I don't know what was going on. Hopefully we are all good now. Okay, so then I've got some layers. And there's nothing fancy about the dimensions of the layers. We've got this one at 1/4 of an inch smaller, so this one is cut at 5 1/4 by 4. And then you've got little panels here. So these, I'll tell you what I cut these at, 2.5 by 4. So you're going to have 2 at that measurement. Oh, my papers. Let me tell you what papers I'm using. These are kind of fun. These are the Bright and Beautiful 6x6 Designer Series papers. So this one, you can have it on that side or that side. I am going to put it on that side. And then this one will end up being on the front, so I want it to match the piece that I will have on the inside. So we may as well just go ahead and put all of these on there. Good. Actually, we are coming your direction tomorrow, Brian. I gotta get my crafty fix in, so I plan to go to Craft Warehouse and Runaway Arts and Crafts. And of course we have to go to Costco, and if I'm feeling really ambitious, I might check out a Goodwill store. Okay. So there is that piece. And then this one, the reason why I'm not doing the stripe is because I'm going to do the stripe on the inside of my small card, and I didn't want them to both be the same. So I'm going to do the stripe on that piece, or I mean the more solid colors. Okay, so do I want, yeah, I think I'll put the darkest part to the left, and then I will try to remember to do that with my little stripey piece on the smaller card part. There we go. I was watching a bunch of well, not a bunch. I think it was one really super long video Tim Holtz was doing, all with Easter stuff. And he was doing the cutest, funniest tags with some of his, like, paper doll, well, not the paper dolls, but the photos, and putting bunny ears on them and snarky sayings. And I thought, okay, I've got to do some of those. Love me some Tim Holtz stuff. Okay, so there is that, right? So that is how that is going to open close so far. And then we've got our little inside piece. So it's also going to have, I'm losing all my little leaves and flowers. I'm going to be saying, where'd they go? All right, so I think what I better do before I get too carried away with that is do some stamping, and let me bring in a little container here and put all these little pieces in here before I lose them. Isn't this cute? My friend Anita made this. She is so clever and crafty, and it is half of a coconut shell. Costco had these really yummy like sorbet things that they sold for a while, and desserts, frozen desserts, and they were in fruit rinds. The coconut ones were in the coconut shell. We had some at our house too, and they were so good, and now we can't find them anymore. Costco does that though. Okay, I don't think I lost any under my paper. And then she painted up the inside of it, and then did some little ropey twine as a base. And it's handy to put little things in. Okay, so I've got one square, my little squares here that are going to go on the inside and the outside of my card are 2 3/4 inches square, because these squares end up being 3 inches, okay? All right, so I am going to stamp one of these up with happy birthday wishes. I'm just going to, oh no, I don't want it black. Let me undo that. At least I didn't get so far as stamping it, and it wouldn't have been a big deal if I did. But I wanted to stamp it in early espresso, not black. Early espresso is still very dark, but not black, because I wanted to do it the same color as the branch that I'm going to be putting on the front of the card. Okay, here we go. Hi, Marianne. Okay, what's Brian saying? All the Goodwill stores from here to the coast to Battleground, Washington to Redmond and Bend have a secret price sticker, color change system that will be on sale on Sundays. Merchandise. Oh. Am I echoing? Oopsie. Okay, so there is that, and I'm going to take off the little happy birthday stamp and put the bird on there, and I may as well get him stamped up while I'm at it. This little bird is so cute, and this was the reason why I bought this stamp set. I just really love bird stamps. I am going to stamp him in black. I think I pushed down too hard. He blurred a little bit. Let me try it again. Better. ABC system. Oh, okay. All right, I think I am done with the, am I done with the stamping? Yes, I'm done with the stamping part. Okay, so let me just color up my little bird. And, you know, you can color things whatever you want. I'm sure in real life, well, maybe canaries, I don't know, but I'm not sure if there's a actual bird that has a bubblegum pink chest. But my little bird today is going to be that color. And it's going to turn out so pretty. And then I colored it with the light bubble gum, and then I'm just going to come in and add a little bit of the dark. Just for some shadow. I would love it if there were little birds that flew around our neighborhood in this color. Okay, so I am using light and dark gray granite to color the rest of this little bird. Okay, that is the light part. And then I'm just going to come in and where it's already kind of got the little lines and stuff telling me that's where there needs to be some shadow, that is where I'm going to put my darker color. I'll put a little bit up here by his eye. So cute. And then I've got dark, so saffron here, which is a retired color, but I am using this for its beak. And there is my little bird. He's so cute. Hopefully that's not blurry. Okay, and then there are lots of fun dies with this set, and there's one to cut out the little bird, so that is exactly what I'm going to do. Where is it? Little birdie, here it is. So, I do believe spring break for Oregon is this next week, I think. And there's been quite a few people in town here this week. I mean this next week for Oregon. So we're thinking it's either Washington and California are like 1 week before ours, 1 week after, I think. Not positive. But it might be Washington's spring break this week. I'm not sure. Washington is after. Okay. he is. He's so cute. Or she, whatever. He or she. I know when our kids were young, we went to Disneyland. Took them there actually a couple years in a row. And we tried to plan it when it wasn't Oregon, well, yeah, when it wasn't California or Washington's spring break. We tried to plan it so we weren't there when everybody else was there. Okay, so this is how that's gonna go. So let me get this piece on. And what I'm going to do is put adhesive on the back of this square here that's going to go flat to the inside. Okay, so here is our little 3 by 9 piece scored at 6 and 3. So, and here is that Z, okay? And here is the Z for this bigger part of the card. So this piece here is going to go flat in here. And I'm just going to try and, I think I am just, well, maybe not quite center this. What I want to do is, I'm remembering as I go. I want to lay this out and put this piece centered in the bigger piece. And ideally, it would all close up if I glued this piece down, centered, and the front, but for whatever reason, for me, it never works out that way. So I'm only going to glue this back piece down like that. And then I'm going to go ahead and close the front. And some of you probably know a way better way of doing this so that when it opens, you could open it all the way, but I can never get it to do that. And maybe it's not really supposed to do that. Okay, so I'm just going to try to notice where to put my adhesive on the back part of this, okay? So I am just going to kind of put my finger where I think I shouldn't go past. I'm going to come inside of that area a little bit. Put my adhesive on here. And just to make sure that it doesn't come undone, I can gauge it because I already have this piece down, and I'm just going to go right along the edge there and put some more adhesive there. And then close that. So then when it opens, that's how it goes, but it doesn't lie completely flat, as you can see. And there's the double Z. Fun. Okay, so now I can put that in there. And before I get carried away with any more of it, I'm going to decorate my other little square for the front. And let me bring in my little parts and pieces here. And I'm just grabbing my blending brush and some balmy blue. And I'm just going to put a little blue kind of in the middle of this, just to kind of give it a hint that, you know, this is a sky backdrop. Nothing fancy, just going to put that blue kind of in the middle. And this blue is very light, and I'm not pushing down very hard, so I'm not getting a really dark blob. That's not what I want. I just want that hint of blue. Okay. You may or may not be able to see it. Okay, and then like I said, I did some of my die cutting ahead of time just to make things go a little quicker. So this is one of the branches that you can die cut. It's very fine. And I'm just going to use a little bit of my art glitter glue. You could certainly put it on the double-sided sticky paper that we have in the catalog and do that before you die cut it, and then just all you have to do is peel the backing off. And I have some, and I could have done that, but I really just don't mind putting the glue on. Because the tip is so fine on this that it's pretty easy. All right, there we go with that. And I'm just going to bring it from off of the edge of my paper, decide where I want it here, over the blue area, and pop it down. And then I will just snip that extra bit off the back there. My button is locking my scissors. There we go. Okay, so now then I'm gonna do all the little leaves first. And the die embosses the leaves and the flowers, which is kind of nice. So I just cut out a bunch. I'm not sure if I will use all of these or not, but I'll get them out here ready. Okay, so let me just put some dabs of glue around here and make things a little bit speedier. And I don't care if these go off the edge of the paper just a bit, because there's going to be room around the edge of this white piece for that to happen. Okay, let's see here. I'm just trying to decide where I want my leaves. Maybe I should have done the, my bird's gonna go in there. Maybe I should have done the flowers first. We'll see. And the reason I chose these flowers and things is because they remind me, and maybe they are, I'm not sure, of cherry blossoms. And the pink trees around here and over your way too, Brian, I know, are all starting to bloom out. And I love seeing the beautiful pink blossoms. They just are so pretty. Okay, I'm gonna want, I'm not sure, I think I'm gonna pop a leaf right there. Just trying to move that one up a little bit. It wasn't quite touching the end of that branch. Okay, I think I'm just going to go with that as far as leaves for now, and then I can come back and fill in. So let me grab some paper here, and I'm just, these little blossoms, see, they have the embossing on them. And I didn't really feel the need to do it with the leaves, but I'm just going to come in with a little bit of sponging onto the blossoms here. So let me grab Bubble Bath. And I've got my finger dauber. And I think I'm just going to kind of go around the edges like this. Oh, that would be cool, Brian. Pictures of the pink blossoms. I would really like to have one of those little trees for our yard. The house that we owned, that we lived in before we moved to this one many years ago, I wanted one of those pink trees. And so we went and bought what we thought was going to be one with pink blossoms. And when it finally blossomed out, they were white. I was so disappointed. Okay, so there is that. All right, let's add some blooms. Oh, I forgot one thing. I think, well, I'll do it after I get them on. Go with that and then see what I might need to fill in. Now there are stamps for these too. If you wanted to stamp rather than die cut, you know, you've got choices. I think I better add a little more glue. That drop's not quite big enough. And now my glue's tipping over on me. Those little flowers will be a little bit overlapped, which is just perfectly fine. And I'm going to come back to this little point right here and add a leaf. And maybe, well, let me see. The bird is going to go in here. Do I want a leaf below him there? Let's see. I still have another bloom too. I kind of think I'm just good with that. Okay, so what I didn't add the first time that I said I could go back and add is I'm just going to take my yellow and daub right around in the middle of these. So pretty. Okay. Move this stuff out of the way. And actually, I think I will just wait on that, give that a second to dry, and I'll add my little stripy piece in here, and I will make the dark come from the left like I did on that piece back there. I probably should have put it on before I attached it to the other part of the card, but that's all right. Because we can make it happen. There we go. Now, you can always put something on that piece. You could put another greeting, you could put some flowers, you could put whatever you want to there. You could make it white so that you would have more room to write a message or something like that too if you wanted. Okay, let's get some adhesive on the back of this. I think that my one stripe of glue did not go. It didn't. It's rolling up on itself for some reason. I probably don't have it positioned just quite right. Okay, so this is going to go here. And what did I get on it there? Nothing. I guess it's just a little dot in the paper. There we go. Now little Mr. Birdie, his feet need to be touching the branch, but I'm going to pop the rest of him up. Oh, thank you so much, you guys. I really appreciate it. And I appreciate you being here. It's so much funner to, more fun, excuse me, to have people joining me on the live. Okay, I'm just going to hold his feet down there a little bit. And there we go. except for we always have to add some blingity bling bling. So I have got these pretty sequins. These are the adhesive backed sequins trio, and these pink ones just happen to be perfect. Okay, so I'm going to turn my card this way because I kind of want to get them somewhat centered. So I'm going to try to center one in the middle here, the middle of my little card. And I am using the bigger. There are 2 sizes in each color. There we go. Just finishes it off, I think. So cute. All right, where's my other one I made? It's pretty much the same. The flowers are a little bit different, positioned a little bit different. And on the inside, I put a different middle piece. You don't really pay too much attention to that middle piece anyway. You could probably just not even put patterned paper in there, but I did. So yeah, that is a fun little card and really easy. But it's, you know, just a little bit of something fun for the person that you send it to than just the normal fold in the middle card. Okay. We're going to finish off if the shoe fits. And I know I read that one already, so we are right here. The word moccasin describing Algonquin, I don't know if I'm saying that right, Indian soft-bottom footwear originated in northeastern North America centuries ago. The general style of moccasins is still popular today. Have you ever had a pair of moccasins? I sure did when I was a kid. You feel every little pebble and stuff that you step on when you're wearing moccasins, unless they have a sole on the bottom, and mine didn't. The first people known to wear high heels for riding horses were Mongol tribesmen who wore bright wooden heels. They were nobles and obviously had the money required to own and care for a horse. We still describe someone with wealth as being well-heeled. Huh. Okay, I have never heard that. Never heard that. But I would like to see some of the bright wooden heels. Every woman has an actual physical need for shoes. If this craving cannot be satisfied, women will and often do become irrational and cannot be held responsible for their actions. Mimi Pond, shoes never lie. Alrighty then. Shoe songs. Here we go. Blue suede shoes. Oh, them golden slippers. Give me that old soft shoe. Shoe fly pie. These boots were made for walking. Shoe me the way to go home. Rings on her fingers, bells on her toes. Shooby dooby doo. Boots and saddles. Mule train. Tiptoe through the tulips. Who sang that? What was his name? Long wavy hair. Tiny Tim. Shoes with wings on. Oh, solo mio. Books and stories. The Worn Out Dancing Shoes, which is a grim fairy tale. Cinderella. History of Little Goody Two-Shoes, Mercury's Winged Sandals, The Leather Stocking Tales, Puss in Boots, The Shoes of the Fisherman by Morris L. West, and The Old Woman in the Shoe. There was an old woman who lived in the shoe. She had so many children she didn't know what to do. Let's see. She did something. She fed them and put them to bed. I remember that part of it. Movies and shows. The Red Shoes from an Andersen fairy tale. The Man with One Red Shoe. High Button Shoes. A Yank at Oxford. I'm sure there's more by now because this little book is older, so I'm sure there's probably more movies and things about shoes. So I wonder what our next book will be. That is the end of that one, and that's been a fun little book, I think, learning all about shoes and things to do with shoes. All right, you guys, thanks for joining me. I hope you will give this double Z fold card a try if you haven't already. Like I said, it's an oldie but a goodie. And you can always just do a single Z fold card as well without putting the little one in the middle. It doesn't leave you a whole lot of space, just sort of the middle there to leave a message, but you can still do a single Z fold. All right, you guys have a great weekend. Thanks for joining me today. I'm so glad that you did. Like I said, I will put the retirement lists. I will do that after we're done here. I'll put those in the description box below. And I think that's about it. Have a great weekend. See you in my next video. Take care. Bye-bye.